Hi everyone and welcome to this video on how to master paper 2 in IB Business Management. Whether you are sitting the standard level or higher level exam, this video will guide you step by step through what to expect, how to prepare and most importantly how to write answers that score top marks. We will cover how paper 2 is structured, go over examiner insights from the most recent 2024 session, break down key quantitative skills like break-even analysis and financial ratios, and look at what makes a strong 10-mark extended response. This isn't just theory. We will look at actual past paper questions and I'll show you how to avoid the most common mistakes that cost students easy marks. So grab your formula sheet, calculator and let's get started on cracking paper 2 with confidence. Alright, let's begin by understanding exactly what paper 2 is all about. Because if you don't know the battlefield, you can't win the battle. Paper 2 is split into two sections. Section A is compulsory and contains a mix of short answer and quantitative questions. You have no choice here, you must answer all of them. These typically involve definitions, calculations, and interpreting business data. Then comes section B, where you choose one out of two extended response questions. This is usually a 10 marker where your structure, use of tools, and evaluation skills are tested. If you are in standard level, you get 1 hour 30 minutes to complete the paper. For higher level, you get 1 hour 45 minutes. So, time management is going to be the key and we will talk more about that later. A formula sheet and calculator are allowed. Use them smartly. But remember, the calculator won't help if you don't know what the numbers mean in a business context. This video will guide you through both sections, how to approach the questions, what the examiners are really looking for, and how to avoid common traps. Let's break it down together. Now this part is gold because we are not guessing here. This is exactly what IB examiners told us in the May 2024 subject reports about what makes the difference between average and top answers in paper 2. First, examiners want to see that you are not just applying the formula correctly, but that you understand the business implications behind the numbers. So it's not just about getting the calculation right. It's about explaining what it means in context. Second, structure matters. Even in section A, how clearly you lay out your working, use business terms, and link your answers to the stimulus can all earn you extra credit. In section B, a well-organized response with clear analysis and justified evaluation is a game changer. Third, don't just drop business tools like you are naming them from a list. Use them. For example, if you are talking about break-even analysis, show how it helps the business make decisions, not just how to calculate it. Examiners are also rewarding students who take time to refer to specific figures and names from the case. If the business in the case study sells luxury socks, say that. Don't just call it the company. That context shows depth. So, to sum up, think like a business decision maker. Show your working. Apply your answer to the case. Use business tools accurately and evaluate where appropriate. This slide is your cheat sheet for what examiners really want to see. Let's keep going and talk about the most common mistakes to avoid next because avoiding simple errors can instantly boost your paper 2 score. Okay, this one is crucial because knowing what not to do is often just as important as knowing what to do. These mistakes come straight from examiner feedback in May 2024 paper 2 reports. And trust me, they are far more common than you did expect. First up, missing units. This one's painful. You might have the correct number, but if you don't include a dollar sign, percentage, or days when it's needed, you lose marks. Always write the unit every time. Next, poorly labeled graphs. Whether it is break even, cash flow, or cost curves, if your axis, lines, or break even point aren't clearly labeled, you won't get full marks. Even if the lines are in the right place, draw clean, scaled, label graphs. Third, no working shown. This is a silent mark killer. Even if your final answer is right, there is no method shown. Examiners cannot award method marks. Always show your formula, plug in the numbers, and write each step clearly. Fourth, copy pasting from the stimulus. Don't just quote the case, interpret it. For example, if the business's fixed costs are high, what does that mean for break even? Show the thinking. And finally, in 10 mark responses, missing or weak evaluation is a huge issue. Examiners want to see a conclusion, a judgment, a consideration of limitations, something that shows critical thinking. Without it, you are stuck in mid band. So remember, it's not just about being right, it is about communicating clearly, showing process, and thinking like a business person. Stick with me because next we are going to break down the essential quantitative skills you will need to master section A. This is where paper 2 starts scoring high. Alright, now let's get into the core of section A, the quantitative questions. This is where you can secure marks quickly and confidently if you know what you are doing. So, what do you absolutely need to master? First, formulas. You will be given a formula sheet in the exam, so make sure you know where each formula is and when to use it. Don't waste time flipping pages. Practice using it beforehand so it feels second nature. The most commonly tested ones: break even analysis, net and gross profit margins, gearing ratio, return on capital employed, contribution per unit, depreciation. Second, always show your working. Start by writing the formula, plug in the values, then calculate. Examiners give method marks. So even if you get the final answer wrong, you can still score 1 or 2 marks just for correct steps. Third, label your answer. $47,000, not just 47,000. 20 percentage, not just 20. 15 days, not just 15. Units matter. Fourth, check for realistic results. For example, if your break-even point is 10 million units for a small startup, pause and reassess. Does it make sense? And here's a pro tip. If you are stuck, write what you do know. Sometimes you will be awarded marks just for recognizing the right formula or interpreting part of the data correctly. In short, master your formulas, show your steps, label everything, stay sharp. Also, ensure learn all the formats of financial statements because they will definitely ask you for one of them. So ensure you learn them well. Coming up next, we'll talk about how to ace graph-based questions, including how to draw a perfect break-even chart that gets full marks. Stay with me. Let's talk about graph-based questions, a section where many students lose easy marks just because careless presentation. But with a little attention to detail, you can lock in full marks here every time. Most common graph in paper 2, break-even charts. Here's how to nail them. Label everything. Your axis should be clearly marked. Quantity on the x-axis, costs and revenues on the y-axis. Use actual figures if a scale is provided. Plot to scale. If you are given numbers, use proper intervals. Don't just eyeball it. A graph that isn't to scale might look nice but can cost you marks. Draw three lines clearly. Fixed cost, horizontal, total cost starts at fixed cost and slopes upward. Revenue starts at zero and slopes upward steeper than total cost. Highlight the break-even point where total revenue equals total costs. Mark it with a label or a dot, and don't forget to shade the margin of safety if asked. A correctly labeled margin of safety can earn you that final mark many students miss. Common mistakes: swapping axes, missing lines, no labels, using a ruler wrong. Keep your lines straight and logical, not just neat. And remember, if the question doesn't ask for a graph but gives you cost and revenue data, it might be testing your ability to interpret, not draw. So watch the command terms. Construct means draw. Explain means discuss what the graph shows. So take your time, get the structure right, and lock in those visual marks. Coming up next, how to approach short answer questions with context and structure that make you stand out. Now let's break down how to tackle short answer questions in section A. These are typically 2 to 4 marks, and while they look simple, they can make or break your momentum. Here's the strategy I want you to follow. Step 1: read the question twice. Seriously, once to get a general idea and the second time to spot exactly what's being asked. Define, calculate, interpret, or apply. Step 2: use the stimulus. Don't give textbook answers. Apply the case study. If the business sells luxury stocks, don't just say the company or the product. Say MC's premium cash mere stocks that earns application marks. Step 3: be precise. If it asks for two features of a cooperative, don't write an essay, just two sharp points. If it says calculate, go straight to the formula showing full working and give the answer with units. Step 4: use keywords. Examiners love business terminology. Don't say the business earns money, say generates revenue. Not spends money, say incurs variable cost. It shows maturity and subject mastery. And step 5: keep your handwriting and layout clear. Use bullet points if allowed. Keep calculation steps aligned. Remember, clarity equals marks. Common slip ups: giving generalized answers, ignoring the stimulus, rushing calculations without showing working, repeating the question instead of answering it. The truth is, short answers are the easiest place to pick up marks quickly if you are structured and sharp. Up next, we'll shift gears to the 10-mark extended response where structure and evaluation become your best friends. Let's go. Alright, this is where paper 2 really tests your business thinking. The 10-mark extended response in section B. This isn't just about what you know. This is about how you think and structure your answer. Here's the formula top students use to score 9 or 10. Start with a focused introduction. Briefly define key terms and show you understand the core issue. Don't just rewrite the question, set up your response. Then go into structured analysis. Give two well-developed points. Each point should use a relevant business tool or theory. Be applied directly to the stimulus. Include clear logical analysis, cause, effect, and impact. Now comes the secret sauce: evaluation. For top band marks, you must evaluate. That means discussing limitations of your points, considering short versus long term, weighing trade offs, maybe using a strategic lens like risk, cost, and sustainability. End with a justified conclusion. Don't just say I believe, say why. Back it up with logic and evidence from the case. Think like a business consultant giving a final recommendation. Remember, examiner reports are crystal clear. Generic answers equals mid-band marks. Even if the content is technically correct, you have got to tie it to the case and provide insights. Common pitfalls: listing too many undeveloped ideas, forgetting evaluation, repeating the same point twice, writing in a casual tone or without structure. So, when in doubt, stick to the strategy. Define, apply, analyze, evaluate, conclude. And if you do that clearly, confidently, and contextually, you will be in the top band every time. If you're looking for further understanding on how to tackle the 10 marker, make sure to check out my video series on ACE the 10 marker step by step guide for IB Business Paper 1 and 2. It breaks everything down for you in more detail and gives you the tools to succeed. Next up, let's talk about time management, how to stay on track and avoid that dreaded mid-paper panic. Let's be honest, paper 2 is tight on time, and this is where even strong students slip. But with a smart time strategy, you can stay calm and in control from start to finish. Here's the ideal breakdown. Section A: 40 to 45 minutes. This section has multiple short and calculation based questions. Don't over explain a 2 marker. Answer clearly, move on. Save your time for those 4 markers that need interpretation and application. Section B: 45 to 15 minutes. This is your 10-mark essay. You need time to plan, write, and evaluate. Don't jump in without structure. Spend 3 to 4 minutes outlining your response before writing. Last 5 minutes. Review and polish. Yes, you need this. Use it to check for missing units, fix a mislabeled graph, or complete a conclusion you might have rushed. Pro tips: stuck on a question, skip and return later. Don't lose momentum. Watch the clock, but don't panic. Practice past papers with a timer. Write smart, not more. Quality beats quantity, especially in section B. And remember, the best exam takers don't write faster, they manage their time smarter. Coming up next, a quick checklist of do's and don'ts in the exam room that could mean the difference between mid band and top band marks. Let's look at it. Alright, we are getting close to the finish line. This slide is your last minute survival kit. These do's and don'ts are based on actual examiner feedback from recent papers, and sticking to them can save you from losing marks you totally deserve. Do use business terminology. Say contribution margin, not just profit. Say economies of scale, not saving money. You are a business student. Show it in your language. Do justify your answers, whether it is a calculation or an opinion. Always explain why your answers make sense in the business context. Do refer directly to the case. Use names, figures, and real data from the stimulus. Don't talk about the company. Talk about MC's luxury socks business or JJF's debtor issues. That's what gets you application marks. Do check your units, dollars, percentages, and time, days, months. Get them right. One missing unit can cost a full mark. It's avoidable. Now, don't leave your working blank. Even if your final answer is wrong, working can still earn you method marks. Don't write generic answers. This will increase profit is not enough. How? Why? Link it to the cost savings or customer demand. Show insights. Don't forget to conclude in a 10-mark response. Examiners need to see your judgment. No conclusion equals no full marks in criterion C. This checklist should be your mental pre-exam warm-up. Nail these and you are already ahead of most candidates walking into that exam room. Alright, let's wrap things up with some final advice and a bit of motivation to boost your confidence. First, remember, you know more than you think. It's easy to doubt yourself when you are preparing for an exam, especially with all the content you have been juggling. But trust me, the knowledge is already there. You have been building it over time, and now it's just about bringing it out at the right moment. Next, let's talk about what examiners are really looking for. It's not about being perfect. No one expects you to write a flawless answer. What they want is structure, clarity, and reasoning. If you can clearly outline your arguments and back them up with solid reasoning, you are already halfway there. So, don't stress about making your answers sound perfect. Focus on being clear and organized. Show them that you understand the concepts and can apply them thoughtfully. That's what's going to make your answers stand out. Remember, exams are as much about strategy as they are about knowledge. You have got this. I know you can perform at your best. Keep calm, stay confident, and trust your preparation. Hey everyone, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and allows me to bring you more content to help you ace your exams. If you know someone who is preparing for paper 2, share this video with them. It might just make a huge difference. Also, I want to hear from you. Comment below if you have any questions or doubts about anything we have covered today. I'll make sure to reply personally to each comment. Whether it's about the structure, specific topics, or exam strategies, I'm here to help you out. You are not alone in this, and I'm fully committed to supporting you every step of the way. So let's keep the conversation going. Drop a comment and let's get you ready to rock that paper too. Thank you. All the best.